It's been non-stop rain since I uploaded the last video. Haven't gotten anything done really. So today my goal is to put the metal flashing on the bottom of the shower sauna, put the trim around that, put the trim on the corners. I don't think it's going to be dry enough to paint. I only have a window from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then the rain comes back and the forecast is full of rain. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that flashing put around the bottom. I don't have the wood out here for a door until I can get the workshop portion torn down. I want to get that torn down while I'm out here, while I'm home this time. I don't want it there this winter. So I got to take the wind turbine down, all the batteries out, the solar panels down, pull the roof off, and then just start pulling the sheathing, the door, floor. I'm going to try to salvage all the lumber as much as I can, and some of that lumber I can use for the door on the new shower sauna. Got an interior door I got to do too, but I just need to get this exterior door done while I'm home this time. I'll have enough wood to do that. But getting a second coat of brown on that and then the green trim paint, I don't think I'm... Oh, right now it doesn't look like I'm going to get to it because of all the rain. But I got the new workshop location. After I tear that down, the new workshop location is here. I'm waiting for some dry weather so I can pour the footings for all these brackets. And that's going to be 12 by 14 feet. Other things I wanted to do while I'm home, after I pull everything out of the workshop, I need to get the shower sauna, the old one, get that leveled, get it up off the ground. So I got to jack that up, take a look underneath of it, see if that's salvageable. All the stuff from the workshop's going to go in there, and some in the ATV shed. I got the Scandic snow machine in there right now, but I'll pull that out. So I got a bunch of construction debris. I need to get that down in the fire pit and burn that. So I also have some maintenance to do on the snow machines, mostly on the Chaos. I need to put some clutch parts on it, and then rail tips, which they omitted on this year, and then they decided it was a bad idea because it was stripping the Hyfax runners, spitting them out the back end, which is never a good thing. Well, I got to pull the entire skid out from the track on that, install those parts, and then reinstall the track into the, or reinstall the skid into the track. I had planned to repair these steps, and I have some wood for that right down here. It's the old boardwalk wood. This winter I plan on bringing a whole bunch of 2x6s out here with the sleds. I got the steps over there which I need to rebuild or tear out, one of the two. But yeah, it's just been non-stop rain. Non-stop. Lots of rain. Not a little bit of rain, a lot. But the good thing with that is I'm not hurting for water. Rain catchment system's working great. The new nose cone on the wind turbine, that fixed the clicking noise. I don't know why that tiny little crack in the other nose cone made the clicking noise, but the new nose cone has solved that. There really hasn't been any wind make any power with the wind turbine right now. Yeah, so a lot to do. Got the weather totally against me right now. Sun is supposed to come out at 2 p.m. so I hope it does and get some of this mud all dried up. Very muddy everywhere. So I'm definitely not going to run down the trail with as wet as it is. It's just going to get all rutted up, so won't really be able to check my trail cameras or go get wood. I need to collect some wood before I go back to work. Otherwise, it'll be a day one thing when I get back from work the next time. Take my chopping block over to the new woodshed area over by the landing zone. I'll cut about 2-3 inches off the top there, freshen that up. So if it comes down to it, I can cut that up and use it. Quite wet right now. Cut down into it, it's pretty dry. Yeah, just a lot to do, and weather. The weather is hampering everything. Haven't seen the mountain in, well, I saw just bits and pieces of it on one day out here. Other than that, I haven't seen the mountain in about a week and a half. It's all gonna be snow soon. So I got paint out here. I need to get a coat on all these shutters. I'd like to get a coat of paint on all the window frames, but the wood in here is kind of moist. I have some new brackets for the guy wires, and I need to get them installed. I also have thicker guy wire, which I'm going to install on the wind turbine. So I watched a bunch of videos on how they make this glass, and it actually should be pretty easy to take a razor blade and cut that one pane off of there, and then I can clean up the edge and just go with a double pane glass instead of the triple. So essentially I will cut the glass off, and then I'll remove this second air gap. It's a kind of an aluminum piece with Decusant inside of it. So I'll get the glass cut off and then get that cut off, and then just go with these two pieces of glass on this frame. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these panels down, and that's going to happen probably next spring, possibly in the winter, because I'm getting new solar panels, and they're going to be 450 to 500 watts each, and 3 of them will feed the cabin, and then 1 will feed the outside battery bank. So right now I got 350 watts, and if I get a 450 to 500 watt panel, that'll upgrade this battery bank. These right now are 275 watts, so if I go with 3 450s or 3 500s, I'm still ahead there. I gotta paint this, the face of this, to make this last one more winter. So all of these panels will end up going on the workshop. They'll go on the south wall of the workshop, facing me right now. And what those will power is the chest freezer that I plan on putting in there. Get both of these thermostats cleaned up. They're finally calling for some sun to come out. It's trying to now. There's still a bunch of low clouds. Hopefully they'll burn off soon and I can get outside and get something done. The last 2 weeks there's been nothing, nonstop rain. I've had one day where I got out there for about 3 hours. Got a little bit of work done on the shower sauna and various other little tasks, but need to get this knocked out. Winter's just around the corner. Take this telescoping portion outside. I'll clean this outside. Take a look down here and see how bad it is. Probably not that bad. Not too bad, but it needs a cleaning. Let's go look at the stovepipe going up. Not terrible, but once again, still needs to be cleaned. At least twice a year. And then this is the debris that's down in the stove. I'll get that vacuumed out. That's everything that's fallen out of the stovepipe last winter. Alright, before I take this up there, I put a hole in one corner. Pair of scissors. Put a hole in one corner of the bag. Take this up there and then let everything fall into this corner. First, I've got to get the first extension up in there. So this mounts on the drill and just beats all the creosote out of the stovepipe. Get that down there. This is a little magnet, it kind of helps me out. Keep an eye on the double wall pipe too if that gets too hot. Kind of alerts me to a chimney fire. Never had one, but and hopefully never will. Pay attention to the stovepipe maintenance pretty closely. I'm going to start up at the top and work my way down. And that's it. It's hitting the cap right now. Get this attached. It's right here now. Get this bag outside with the rod sections that are all dirty. Get my hands washed. Take a peek up there. I'll just use a standard brush for this. Just need to blow the dust out of it, but it's clean. There you go. It's ready for the winter. get all this cleaned up. So it's been 2 years since I painted this with some high temperature black. I usually sand it down and get it painted, but there's too much moisture in the air. Plus I don't have the high temperature black out here, so let me get this cleared out and go from there. Get a headlight on. Okay, so we get that lined up. Get a screw in here. That up. Now this should be lined up. Easy enough. Took about 20 minutes to do the whole thing. It's definitely something you don't want to neglect, especially when your sole source of heating is a wood stove in your middle of nowhere. So I used to have a wind directional cap on this stove, and I don't like them for the fact that they collect creosote on the cross member in there for the shaft, for the wind vane cap. And so it collects creosote and then it ices up. I had it ice up on me one time. I had to go out and shoot the stovepipe. Get this put back on and we're done with this task for today. This is the first thing I've done today. The sun is slowly starting to come out finally after